I'm just going to say it. This video is going to trigger some people. Prepare to be pissed off. I'm going to tell you the top 10 most overrated Marvel Legends figures, and it starts right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nerdzoic. If it's your first time coming across this channel, nice to meet you. My name is Matt, often called Big Nerdy, and this is Nerdzoic. This channel is all about action figures, comic books, and just general nerd stuff. I try to keep this channel at the PG-13 level, unless of course I say earmuffs, you know?
All you gotta do is say earmuffs to them. Earmuffs.
No, seriously, I'll be good. But the word pissed is probably gonna come up a lot today, because people are gonna be pissed. A lot of the time, people fall in love with figures, and often, there's not a good reason for it, and these figures end up getting overhyped, and overpriced, and overrated. And that's what we're looking at today. We're looking at the 10 most overrated figures that have come out for the Marvel Legends line. Just a heads up, I came up with this top 10 based on the results of a survey I conducted in various Marvel Legends Facebook groups. Because of that, we have a nice mix of public opinion and Big Nerdy's opinion. And I'll be sure to tell you as we go through this list where they differ. We're going to start off with two honorable mentions, well, kind of two. The first honorable mention is the Kingpin Build-A-Figure. So this is specifically the Build-A-Figure, not the retro figure. There were some slight differences. Another honorable mention, and this is where the honorable mentions part comes, is Deadpool. All of them. Literally all of them. There were results for like every version of Deadpool in here at some point. Movie Deadpool, Pirate Deadpool, Boxers Deadpool, Toy Biz Deadpool. People are salty over Deadpool apparently. I know we get a lot of them, but some of these figures are pretty good, but I think it is fair to say that in general, at the very least, Hasbro overrates the hell out of Daredevil. Deadpool.
English, do you speak it?
Sorry, Jules, that was intense. Deadpool gets made a lot. He is overrated, but people are pretty salty about it. That's it for honorable mentions, just two-ish today. So let's get to the countdown. Coming in at number 10 is the 80th edition Stan Lee figure. This was released in 2019, and you can currently pick them up for about $31-ish. If you remember, about a month ago I made a video about figures on the rise. This Stan Lee was going for $26 then, so market mover right here. In all seriousness though, this figure released at $30, went way up, then came down, now it's going back up again as it starts to dry up. If you want him, you gotta get him. I don't think he's overrated. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think he's overrated. I think a lot of people are like, oh, why does everyone love him so much? He's not even in the comic books, he just made him. He's Stan Lee, that's why. I don't know what else needs to be said. But I do see the argument that for $30, you're not getting a lot for what it is. But again, it's Stan Lee. Just wait till we get the Kirby figure to go with it. Yeah, Kirby figure would be pretty sweet. He's my favorite person to race with on Mario Kart. Even though he's pink. No, you idiot! Jack Kirby, not the pink Mario Kart Kirby. Coming in at number 9 is the Marvel 80th Anniversary Thor figure. This was released in 2019, and you can currently pick them up for right around $31. Again, completely disagree with this one. I love this figure. It's one of my favorite figures and one of the first figures I ever got. He made the top 10, but I'm telling you, he's not overrated. He's perfect. I'm turning into one of them. I guess my official determination is that he's only overrated if you paid over $30 for him. Under $30, I think he's a bargain, and he's awesome, and he's the best comic book Thor. Coming in at number 8 is Fin Fang Foom. Holy moly, I'm gonna get some hate mail over this one. This Build-A-Figure came out in 2008. It was part of a Hulk wave, and you can currently pick him up on eBay complete for like $300. Based on the price alone, he's overrated. But if we're looking at the figure and we're judging it based off of how cool he looks, nope, not overrated at all. He is awesome. That said, there's some really good knockoffs out there that look almost as good, but there's no way I'm paying $150 for a knockoff. And I do think it's a pretty good bet that someday, maybe soon, Hasbro's gonna release another Fin Fang Foom. But I doubt we'll get one that big again, because those giant Build-A-Figure days are long gone. Coming in at number 7 is Mystique. This was released in 2019. It was a Walgreens exclusive, and you currently can't find her for less than $50. Holy crap, that's a lot. This figure is a perfect example of why exclusives often suck. A figure that everybody wants is really hard to find despite being packed 8 to a case. On the face of it, the figure itself is kind of basic. It looks really good. You get the couple extra heads so that she can transform, but for $52, that's insane. People overrate this because they don't have it. Overall, it's an above average figure, but it's not gonna make like your best of list in my personal opinion. This is overrated solely based off of supply and demand. This is, again, Hasbro, why we don't need any more store exclusives, especially Walgreens. I don't feel like driving an hour to not find it. I'd also have to question why such an important character in a version that hasn't been done since you took over the license is exclusive to a store like Walgreens. There's not that many of them. It's not exactly like they're known as a mecca for toys. I just don't understand the whole Walgreens exclusive love. It makes no sense to me in my little head here. Big head, small brain. You know what I mean? Coming in at number 6 is the worthy Captain America. This is the Walmart exclusive from 2019, and this is again gonna piss people off. Everything I just said about Mystique and exclusives and why they suck, apply it to this Captain America. I don't get it. We've been waiting years in the movies, in the MCU, to see Captain America hold Thor's hammer. We finally see it on the screen. We want to get it in plastic. Gotta go to Walmart. Oh, why do you do that to us? I'm calm. So here's the thing. The figure itself is good. Strike that. The figure itself is great. It is a really, really good Captain America figure, but no one can find it. Hence, again, rules of supply and demand have caused it to become very overrated. You can't find it for less than $50 even. I'm gonna give the least hot take of all time here and say that major characters should not be store exclusives. You know, it's funny, I said that you were gonna be pissed in this video, but I feel like I'm getting pissed. I'm extra salty today. I don't know what's up with that. I need more coffee or something. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a like. If you're not enjoying this video, head down to the comments and let me know what I can do better to make you want to give me a like. What can I say? I have an internal need to be liked. It's a problem. Coming in at number 5 is the Sugar Man Build-A-Figure. This was released in 2020, and you can pick them up completed on eBay for about $54. Since I can't say it better myself, here's what someone wrote in the survey. This figure isn't bad, in fact, it's quite good. It just doesn't deserve the amount of love it receives. Disagree, I love this figure. He was in my top 10 Build-A-Figures of all time even. I think he just looks awesome. Even though he doesn't have the height I like to see in a Build-A-Figure, he makes up for it with bulk and just awesomeness. He's a fantastic display figure and he just stands out on a shelf. And at $54, that's a pretty good price. So I'm gonna say I disagree, but I see where you're coming from. Coming in at number 4 is the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure. This was also released just last year in 2020, and to buy him complete on eBay will cost you right around $72. Strong Guy seems to be kind of divisive. Some people just love the figure and would probably get really mad when they see him on this list even. Others are gonna say, he's all right. Here's my opinion. He's a decent Build-A-Figure, but for $72, that's a little much considering you can buy that entire wave off of Amazon right now for about $130. I'd much rather pay the extra, what is that, $50 to get the 6 or 7 figures, even if you don't need them. They're background fodder, or you can make them part of your crowd in a WWE setup. Why not? This is a really cool figure, but much like Sugar Man, he gets a lot of love that is probably not as warranted as he deserves. For example, he's not even in the top 3 Build-A-Figures of 2020. I put Crimson Dynamo in front of him, I put the aforementioned Sugar Man in front of him, and I'd obviously put Venom Pool in front of him, so sorry. Coming in at number 3 is the Retro Spider-Man figure. This was released in 2020 and it's currently going for about $46. It pains me to see him on the list. He won the Nerdy for Best Figure of 2020. He was in my top 3 of Best Figures of 2020. So how is he overrated? Well, the fact that people are paying out the nose to get him. Secondary market right now, $46. He just came up for pre-order for like the 3rd or 4th time on Amazon and Entertainment Earth recently. He was gone in minutes. He's overrated solely by the fact that everybody wants him and it's driven the price up, making him overrated. See how supply and demand works, kids? It's a
Earmuffs.
Sometimes. You have to point out that he had great articulation and balance, especially having that butterfly joint in the shoulder, but he had some paint app imperfections from figure to figure that really kind of lowered the quality. All that said, at the $20 price point, I think he is fairly rated. But when you start paying above retail, he's way overrated. And to be very clear, this is the best Spider-Man Hasbro has ever given us. Period. Coming in at number 2 is Rogue from the 2016 Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. You can currently pick her up for about $55. It pains me that you guys made me put my girlfriend on this list. You know how I feel about her and how she doesn't feel about me. You know what it is? I think it's that you guys are all just talking smack because we got a new one. Is that what it is, huh? Well, guess what? The new one's not as good. I like the head sculpt on the old one better because she can actually move her neck more than this. This might be my unwavering love for the character here, but I do not think this figure's overrated at all. I love Rogue, I love Jim Lee Rogue, I love this Rogue more than Retro Rogue, therefore not overrated. All right, number one time. This is where everybody wants to fight. We all know what it is, I think, and we all know what's coming. Here we go. Coming in at number one is the 2015 Spider-Man from the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure wave. Up until the release of the Retro Spider-Man, this was the gold standard of Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. Great value for $20 with 3 sets of hands, 2 heads, and a slice of pizza. For $77, forget about it. He's overrated. Now that we spent the last 10 minutes talking about overrated figures, take a look at this video here where I go over the 10 best figures of 2020, because none of these are overrated. Till next time, be cool, stay nerdy. Later.